So we're on our way. Right. Do you have grandma in spirit?
Yeah.
On mum's side?
No.
That's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm trying to work out who she is. I thought it was mum's mum. Grandma that's in spirit, did she get on with mum?
Previously, previously
Right,
she
because
did.
what I'm getting is I feel as though this is definitely a grandma, and the reason I thought mum's side was because she's drawn me to a female that I believe is your mum, right?
Right.
And I feel as though she's drawn me to this female because I need to send healing around this female.
Right.
There's something not quite right with her at the minute, and I feel she needs a bit of support and a bit of healing. Okay, that's why she's drawn me to this female. Right. Now she's drawn me to a younger female who I'm going to say is on your level. And when I mean by your level, I mean it's like your. I know what I mean. It's because I just do it. But like we've got different like ledges. We've got grandma's, mothers, and you lot, and then your children underneath. So like she's on the same level as you. So I'm gonna say this is sister.
Right.
Okay. Right, what you giving me? What you giving me? What you giving me? What you giving me? Has sister gone on to further her learning?
She did.
Because I feel as though it was a big thing.
Yeah.
It was a big thing, and that's why she's acknowledging it. So can you place who Soph is?
Yeah.
That's as long as you can place it, that's absolutely fine. Because that's the name I've just been thrown at me. So I don't know who this person is. I just know I've got this name. Okay?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I also feel around you that there's been a little bit of, I'm going to use the word upset. Okay?
Yeah.
And I feel as though it started to even out a bit, but before there was quite a bit of upset about a situation.
Yeah.
Okay? As long as you know
that makes sense.
That's fine as long as you know, because she's acknowledging this as well. That's fine as long as you know. Right. I'm trying to get out, and she's like, she'll come in, her energy will come in, and then she'll just like stand back, and I'm like, no, you need to come a bit closer. Just come a bit closer. Did she have issues with breathing?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. I mean, I'm not 100% anywhere with my chest anyway, but this is like, I feel as though somebody's putting a clamp on my chest at the minute, and she's putting it on me, so it's like her way of acknowledging that's what was wrong with her.
Yeah.
Do you know who George is?
George.
If you can't place it, it might come to you later on or something.
Yeah, I can't place it.
That's fine. I need to give you the name George. Right. So, if I'm going slow, you need to bear with me, sorry. It's because the energy I've got is, I'm struggling to get the energy through.
Yeah.
So I just have to do it at my own pace.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine.
I do it at my own pace. Right, for you, she's given me two the same.
Yeah.
I feel as though you've got two the same. And that's children. So I don't know if it's you've got two boys or two girls or what, but I've the two the same. Two the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you have twins?
Yeah, I do.
Two the same. That's what she's acknowledging. The two the same. That's fine. Two the same. Now she's drawing me to my son, my eldest son, and his name is Ben. Right? So we've got that name. We've got that name. Okay? Because I thought at first she knew my son. I'm thinking, I don't know you. But then I realised she was trying to give me a name. That's absolutely fine. Because I feel as though as well, when they were born, one of them wasn't 100% healthy.
No.
And they sent a bit of healing from that end, to try and help baby. So she's acknowledging that as well. Is your dad up there?
No.
That's fine, because I'm trying to work out who this man is. There's a man literally come in with this lady.
Yeah.
And he's sort of like stepped back a bit, and I can't work out if it was dad or not, but I feel as though it could be on that level.
Yeah, no, it's not. It won't be my dad.
That's fine. That's what I had to ask it because this energy stepped in. That's fine. Right. I feel there's something coming up for you, and it's like, I don't know if you've applied for something or if you've thought about applying for something, but I feel as though if you haven't applied for it, I need to tell you to apply for it.
Right.
Now, that was a mouthful. That was an absolute mouthful, and I did it in one. But that's what I need to tell you to do. You need to apply for it. So I don't know if it's your confidence that's knocking you a bit or pushing you back and stopping you doing this. But it's like I need to give you a spiritual kick up the backside to actually go ahead and do it. Okay?
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. I'm also getting a move. Now, I don't know if you've just moved house or if you're thinking of moving house, but I do feel as though there could be a move.
Right.
Remember, I've said it. If you don't know now, because it might come up.
Yeah.
I do feel as though that could be coming up. Right. Now, she's drawn me to a male on the earth plane, and I do believe this male is connected with you. And I'm going to say it's either partner, husband, boyfriend, or a pain in the ass. That's what we normally call them, isn't it? But yeah, I feel as though it's somebody connected with you. And I feel as though this man's had his fair share of ups and downs. And I feel as though there's been a bit of negativity around you two as a twosome. Do you know what I mean? And he's put up with a lot, and there's a lot that he hasn't actually told you about what was said.
Right, yeah,
and
that makes sense.
This is being acknowledged, okay? Because there's a girl who she's given me a girl, and the girl's connected to you and him, but not directly.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense.
As long as you know where she's going, because I don't have a clue at the minute.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But she's given you a girl that's not directly connected, but this girl is connected, okay?
Yeah.
And I feel as though what I need to say about this young girl is sometimes young ones play on things.
Yeah.
And I feel as though when the tears come, money's given or something's given, and it's like she's playing a situation. Does this make sense?
Yes, yeah.
So I have to give you it. She's acknowledged it. I have to give you it. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm talking about. I don't. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So basically, what Grandma's doing is giving you it as a warning. Does that make sense? Like, she's giving you I can't think of the words at the minute. I don't know what is wrong at the minute with me. I don't know.
Words out.
I don't know if your grandma had some kind of dementia or something.
Right.
Because I'm struggling to, like, when I'm doing what I'm doing and she's giving me stuff, I'm struggling to piece it together. It's as though I've got something not right with my brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the brightest spark in the toolbox, but it's like I don't know, it's like I'm foggy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's grandma putting that on me, because that's how I feel. Do you still have a childhood Teddy?
I do.
Because I feel as though I need to acknowledge a Teddy. And it's been around quite a while, and that's why I said childhood. I feel as though I need to acknowledge a Teddy.
Yeah.
I also know that there's something in the house that you're in connected to this lady.
Yeah.
Because she's acknowledging it, but I also feel there's something that moves and you can't quite work out how it's moving. Because she's moving something in your house. She's moving something. And sometimes it's very slight, but you know if something's been moved. I feel as though you're a bit like me, in the sense of, on my fireplace, the stuff I've got on my fireplace, it has to be symmetrical.
Yeah.
It can't be overcrowded. It can't be just random stuff. It has to be in a certain order. And I feel as though there's something that isn't quite in order. And when you've looked at it, you're thinking, have the kids touched it? Have this? But she's moving stuff. So I have to give you it. And I'm having to move because I do believe this lady had some kind of issue with her legs. Yeah, because my legs now have got pins and needles in them. My legs ache more than they normally do. And I feel as though they are like 10-ton weights on each feet.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's why I've had to move and I've put my legs up. I feel as though I need to put my legs up. She's telling me, she's like, elevate your legs. And I'm like, well, give me something to put them on. Because I don't have anything. But yeah, that's what she's given me. Right, do you understand a young male in spirit?
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but this young male's just literally stepped in. He was young when he passed over. I don't know how he passed over, and I don't want you to tell me, because the way that I see it is I'm just like a channel for spirit world. But if this young man doesn't want to tell me how he passed over, that means it's not my business to know.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's why I tell you, don't be sat there saying, right, Sarah, this is what happened, because we don't do that anyway, but
no,
don't tell me. Okay? Because he doesn't want me to know. It's not my business. But he's coming to acknowledge you. And he's also saying he thanks you because you still talk about him.
Yeah.
You still talk about him, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And you do. And I'm also feeling as though you've been to where his resting place is lately.
Yeah.
Because he's acknowledging it. All right? I have to give you it, because he literally stepped in and given me it, so I have to give you it. Right, do you have a child in spirit?
No.
Because I feel as though...
Not directly.
That's fine, because I feel as though there's a child connected to you in spirit world. I don't know if it's yours or not, but there's a child connected to you in spirit. Because the energies come through. And I also have to give you the energy of a bloody dog. Now, when I get dogs, it's like... This dog is so loving, and he's sort of like, his energy's come in and he's just sat down. And he's like, but he's looking at me and he's got his head on a tilt like that. And I feel as though if he'd have done that to me, he would have been given treat after treat. I'm trying to get him closer so I can tell you more about the breed if I can. I'm rubbish with dogs normally, but we'll give it a go. Right, he's a brown colour. Do you understand? He's a brown colour.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's fine. And the dog that I've got in my mind's eye now is one of my dogs that I had when I was younger, and he was my best friend growing up, and he was called Stormer. and he was a yellow Labrador. But this one's a brown one. This is a brown labby. Or chocolate labby, as people call them. And he's just sat there. He's just sat there. He's like, his head's on the side, and it's as though he wants me to give him something, and I haven't got anything to give him.
He likes cheeseburger.
I feel as though I want to go in the kitchen and open the cake tin my dad made, you know, and give him the cake. I really do. That's how he's making me feel, bless him. But he's lovely. His energy's like round my legs, and he's sort of like, he comes close and he puts his head on my lap.
Yeah.
But I need to tell you that he's looked after. He's looked after. And I also feel I need to say there's somebody who feels guilty still for when this dog passed over, and there's no reason to feel guilty. It was his time.
Yeah.
It was his time. Still got the collar.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't got his collar, but I know he had one on because he hasn't got his collar. So you've got, or whoever's dog it is, you've got the collar. Was it your doggy?
He was a family dog.
Like a family dog, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, he was a bit of everybody then, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was a bit of everybody. Because I feel as though this dog is connected to Mum.
Yes.
Because this dog still goes round Mum. Because he knows that Mum needs him at the minute. And I also feel as though with this dog, if anybody was having a bad day, this dog used to pull him out of it, let's just say.
Yeah.
Like, you could just sit and talk to him about anything, and he's a dog, he's not going to answer you human-wise, but he'd understand what you were saying half the time.
Yeah.
Bless it. I don't want to move because I've still got his energy on my leg. I really don't want to move. I don't. But he felt no pain, you know, when he went over.
God.
He felt no pain at all. Because I feel as though when he was on Earth plane, just before he went, his legs hurt him. Because I can feel the back end of him, and I feel the legs and the hips weren't right on him. But now he's fine, he can run and everything. So I have to give you him, because he's come through to acknowledge you. Right. You can sit there, dog. Just sit there, you're fine. Don't run about, because the cat will know. I have a cat and he picks up energy. And he goes scatty if there's an animal. He goes scatty. Stay there. Right. Who else have we got coming through now? God. Do you understand a young female in spirit? When I say young, I'm going to say she passed over possibly 30s or 40s.
Trying to think. Can't.
I think this female is connected to somebody you know on a friendship level.
Right.
And I don't know who, but I feel as though she's connected to somebody you know on a friendship level. And she's come through to acknowledge that she's okay now. She's okay because there's been talk about a passing, basically. And as I say, I'm not going to go into it. She doesn't want me to, but I feel as though there was, like, did she suffer? Was she on her own? But it wasn't like what people are thinking. So she's come through to acknowledge. You might not realise who it is at the minute, but I do think you will in time. I think it'll come up and you'll go, that's what Sarah was talking about. I really do. That's just how I feel. So I have to give you it. Right. Do you have a connection to Thorpe Fuels?
Yeah.
Do you know why? I'm being drawn to my t-shirt. Because of where I work.
Yeah.
And I'm being drawn to my t-shirt and I'm thinking, have they got a connection to this pub? I don't know if you've got a connection to the pub or not. But I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Because I feel as though that's like a happy place. Now, I don't know if you live there, but I feel as though it's a happy place. But I know that there's a walk and stuff there, isn't there? And it's quite therapeutic, is that walk? It's quite nice along. It's the old railway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel as though I need to put you down there for a walk. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do with the exercise.
Oh, couldn't we all? Right. Right. There's also somebody, either, I don't know if this is you or somebody around you. I feel a baby's coming. Because I've got a yellow cardigan. So I do feel a baby's coming. So, as I say, I don't know who, but I do feel as though it's going to happen.
Right.
But I feel as though this is going to happen. And it's going to be a very big, happy surprise. It's like it was not expected at all.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to sit there and say, how did it happen? Well, you don't want to give them birds and bees talk at that age, do you? But it's like one of them things where it's like, how the hell has that happened? But it's a good thing. It's a happy thing, okay? And I feel as though the baby that's coming is going to heal a rift as well. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I yawn, I apologise. It's because Spirit used my energy.
That's fine.
Right. Are you connected to the police?
No.
Because I feel as though I've got a connection for you involving the police, and I don't know how. I don't know how, but I've literally got a police, and I need to give you the police and acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I do. Right, you said that and I can't get it. You need to come closer before you say it. Come close, that's it. Come a bit closer. Right, I've got a male energy trying to get through. And I've got your grandma still trying to talk to me, but the male energy is trying to get past grandma, so I need to work out who the male is first. Is Grandad in spirit? Not grandma who's already there.
Do you mean like on my mum's side?
Yeah.
No.
Because again, I'm connected to mum with this male. I don't know who he is, but he's coming through. Give me something. Give me something. I feel as though I've got the name Ron. And I don't know why. I don't know who he is, but I've got the name wrong. And I feel as though the reason I was connected to mum is because when he started coming through, I got your mum again in my mind's eye. So it was like he was connected that side. But it's like the name Ron. Does this mean anything to you?
No.
Right, I'm going to ask him to stand back because there's a chance that he's somebody what we call a jumper inner.
Yeah.
Who literally can pull energy out of somebody else who's trying to get through and give me something to feel as though I feel he's connected. So I'm going to ask him to stand back and get grandma back through. That's fine. Right, who are you? Come through. There's somebody else now. I'm trying to work out who he is. God. Is your husband's dad in spirit?
No.
Right, because this male is connected to your husband. And I thought it was his dad, but obviously I'm wrong. My links at the minute are totally off with generations. But it's a male connected to your husband.
Right.
And I feel as though it was a dad because he had a close relationship with him.
Right. trying to think of who it might be.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to get. Now, this man passed over before you got married, because he's giving me as though there's a wedding that he attended from spirit.
Right.
Okay, so he passed over before you got married. He was close to your husband, and he's older than your husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel as though this male is like a dad figure, but he wasn't just a dad figure to your husband. There was others he was a dad figure to as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is making sense to you, because it's making no sense to me. I don't have a clue what he's on about.
Little bit.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just giving you as I can get it.
Yeah.
And I feel as though if he'd have been here, he would have gone to your wedding and stuff like that, and he would have been quite respected as well. So I don't know anything about you or your husband, but I just feel as though this is like a dad type figure who's come through for him. And I have to acknowledge it, because he's come through. That's all it is. I have to acknowledge it. Right, I'm going to get your grandma back through now to choose your cards. Right, come a bit. If you come closer, chicken, we can do it. That's it. That's it. Right, I'll have to ask you a question, right? This she's just said as clear as day. And I don't know who Sharon is, right? Because it's literally, I've just got the name Sharon, like that, Sharon. But I know it's a Sharon, because it's got the N on the end.
Yeah.
Right? Did she like a cake? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking about. That's as long as you do, that's fine. But she literally went Sharon like that, and I got the N on the end of it, and I was like, that's Sharon straight away. That's Sharon. But I feel as though there's a shortened version of that, but it's only for people who really she gets on with. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right. I don't know why, but your grandma's got regrets. And I feel as though she's come through as well because she wants to apologise for how she was. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
She wasn't the best when she was here.
Yeah.
And the phrase I'm going to use is she could have been quite a nasty pasty.
Yeah.
And she knows that now. And she's come through to apologise and that she's looking out for you from spirit. And I know that it's probably one of the last people you possibly expected to hear from as well. That's what she's making me feel like.
Yeah.
But she's come through, so she wanted to speak to you. That's what it is. Right, what I do is I get her to choose the cards. But then I send them to you in your inbox in the order that I've read them for you. And then as soon as this is uploaded, I'll send you that as well. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Right. Oh, she's using my energy already. Woo. She is. She is. She's drawn me to Christmas as well. Don't know why, but I have to give you Christmas for something. I feel as though there's something not right about Christmas anymore. It's not the same. It's not the same. So I have to give you Christmas. I also need to give you the month of April. Don't know why, but I need to. And I need to give you the month of October. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
As long as that makes sense to you, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right, are you ready? Your first card is Angel of Determination. This card has been drawn for you because I do feel as though what she's trying to say is You have got determination to be where you want to be and to say what you want to say. But you sit there in your head and you'll say, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to tell them exactly what I think, and I'm going to do this, but nothing comes out your mouth.
Yeah.
And this is why they've given you this card, because it's like it's a push. There's nothing to be afraid of speaking your mind, and there's nothing to be afraid of by achieving your dreams and being where you want to be in life, basically.
Yeah.
So, again, it's a good card, to be fair. That's why they've given you that card. Oh, come on, Grandma, stop using my energy. Right. I also feel with this card that there's somebody around you needs a bit of determination as well, given a bit of kick up the arse to use it. Because, again, there's somebody around you who's, yes, sir, no, sir. Okay, I'll do this, and I'm not going to say no, I'm going to say yes, because I don't want to be looking like the bad person, because... And it's like, say no. Find them bollocks, have that determination and say no, because once you start saying no, things will change.
Yeah.
Okay? Your next card is Angel of Faith. Now, again, this card, it can mean anything. I don't think you're going to go into a church or anything like that. You know, you might do. I don't think it's anything to do with religion. I think what this card for you is, it's more of a case of have faith in yourself as a person.
Yeah.
Stop doubting yourself and stop listening to negatives all the time. And what I mean by that is, when we have conversations with people, any person, random conversation, you could be in a supermarket or anything, you won't remember that full conversation, will you? But you'll remember if somebody said something negative in a conversation, or if somebody said something on them lines. But that negativity is pulling you down, and it's making your confidence drop as well.
Yeah.
And I do feel as though throughout your life, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel as though throughout your life you've had quite a bit of negativity around you with people. And you've had people who we thought were friends and they weren't really true friends. And then you've had people who, you know, have slated you behind your back. And then you've had a situation you've been involved in and people have slandered you for it and things like that. So there's always that negativity. But again, what you've done is you've kept going and you've kept your head held high and thought, sod him, it's nothing to do with them, this is my life and I'm doing it. And this is what you're going to be like, to keep the faith, keep strong and keep the faith. Have faith in yourself as a person, because you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Your last card is... It's not a yawn. Anyway, Angel of Love.
Oh.
Yeah. I do feel there's love around you. There's a lot of love around you. But I also feel as though you're scared of accepting true love because of you've been hurt too many times in different situations. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And I feel as though you're also frightened of getting too close to people. Because when you get too close to people, you're a friend that opens their heart and gives everything and gives it all, which that is a true friend, isn't it? I mean, we all want a friend like that. But I feel with you, you've done that so many times and they've stamped on it. This is female and male. This isn't just relationships, males or female. This is friendship relationships. It's work. It's anything. I feel as though it's something like that. And that's just how I feel. And I just feel as though you're a bit wary of getting too close to people, even those that you are meant to be close to.
Yeah.
You're scared of getting hurt by people. And that's why they're giving you that card, because they want to tell you that there is genuine love around you. There really is genuine love around you. What else do I get before she goes? I feel as though you're going to make an old connection with somebody from your past. I don't know if it's happened yet or it's going to happen, but I feel as though you're going to get possibly a little random message in your inbox. Hi, how are you? Been a long time, blah, de blah, hope you're okay. And it's going to go from there. And I do feel as though that's going to happen So I have to give you it. So I hope that made sense to you. I'm going to stop the recording now because obviously I've finished doing what I'm doing.